Man, you mentioned not going to shows or not, being on, like, even fuck up some commas when he was performing that shit. You never popped out when he was in your area or nearby, or like, because that's such a huge song, biggest song on Dirty Sprite 2. Spent 20 weeks on the Hot 100, went gold.
Yeah, I never, ever, like, nah. I never did. I never went to none of the shows. I remember being on the airplane, and I remember on the airplane, the plane landed, my mama called me and was like, seems like you ain't just see the Verizon commercial Jammie Foxx did for the finals with LeBron and them, and I'm like, nah, what they do? She was like, they redid Fuck Up Some Commas. She like, go look at it. Like, so I went and watched the shit. In my mind, light bulb. I'm like, I ain't signed nothing saying this was cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I got a pretty good check off of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, for like 30 seconds, some shit like that. Yeah.
Damn. I saw, commas, you and DJ Spins made that, right?
Spins my boy. We made it on October 29th. Monster came out. It actually came out on Monster.
Yeah, at first.
Commas did on Halloween, yeah. You feel me? So, and then it went to the album. I think it did. Something like that.
That's not common, right? For someone to...
Fuck up. Nah, that's how Future does. Like, they call me and him fourth quarter. Like, that's just what he do. Like, he'll call me at the very, very, very end of the album. Like, the end. Like, the last day to turn it in, I pull up, we'll just go crazy.
Oh, wow.
It end up making a hit, like, you know?
Yeah.
I think Esco had came in there when he made it. Esco came in and was like, this is all we needed.
Wow.
That's it. He like, that's the one. And that shit really, really went crazy.
Yo.
2 days later, it was a hit. Like some crazy shit in my life.
You could not go to the club without hearing that shit.
Still to this day.
Right.
Yeah, still to this day. Still to this day.
Crazy.
Still to this day.
You be clubbing? You be out in the club?
I love clubs.
Oh, okay.
I'm always swam jar right now. Went to the club last night.
Where in LA?
I went to Highlight Room.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the R&B Wednesdays.
Oh, okay.
It's my thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went to pop out. It was me, Polo G, Lil Tjay, G-Herbo.
Oh, okay.
We all went out together last night.
I feel like they don't like to pop out.
Who?
Polo G and Tjay?
Tjay like to pop out. Polo, nah.
Yeah.
Polo, you know, Polo's kind of like, Polo just Polo.
Yeah.
Herb is in the mix.
I love her.
I love Herb.
He's one of my favorite rappers.
Herb's one of my best friends. I got 958 tatted in my face. That's 150 plus 808.
Wow.
Yeah, that's our thing, 958.
Man.
Yeah.
We definitely I remember interviewing him about Swervo because that shit was just like, it was just so dope hearing him talk about how
they call her Swerve and Curve.
Yeah.
I'm Curve, he's Swerve.
That's hilarious.
That's what they call us. It's funny as a motherfucker. When you find out the true meanings of that, you're gonna laugh. But
I was gonna say, can you explain?
Nah, I never will. Somebody will explain one day.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not gonna explain it.
All right.
It's funny though. It's funny as shit ever.
I'm gonna ask them because they know.
They know, but they won't explain it. Somebody will explain it one day. Near in the future, later on, 5-6 years and now.
I'm gonna ask her when I see him.
You might really explain it.
Yeah, right.
I hope he don't explain it.
Yeah. That's hilarious. Yeah. Man, well, I remember interviewing him and him just telling me like, yo, Southside really pushed me. Like, Like,
I walk in the studio and be like, yeah, that shit all right.
Yeah.
I come back, you got some shit that's crazy. Like,
oh, okay.
You know? But the shit I say is all right would be epic. It'd be great shit. I just do that to him just to... It's my little brother. Like, he know he nice. Like, you know?
Yeah.
I've been telling him since he was 16, like, bro, you remind me like a Jay-Z. Like, the way you put your words together.
Wow.
Yeah.
What'd he say to that?
Yeah, you know, he was so wild. He just always, you know, when I first met Herb, none of them would talk to me. Like, none of them. I walked in the studio to set up the session. None of them would say a word to me.
Why?
I had to go show them some things. I'm not going to say what. I had to go show them a few things. And after I showed them a few things, they was just like, they've been my little brothers ever since.
Damn.
Yeah.
What was that like releasing that project? Because talk about executive produce. Like, you got to really showcase you.
That was just like, that was fun. I was like, that's my brother. Like, my real brother can, right now, he can, yesterday, takes my cars. I take his cars for 2 months. Like, talks to my mom more than I talk to my mom. Like, that's my real little brother. Like, you know, my kids, my son probably call her every day, my oldest son. Like, you know, like even your son, I just seen his son and gave his son $10,000 for his birthday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like,
oh, yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, they was called, this grandmama them called, like, man, get all this money. Like, you know, his uncle gave him all that damn money.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, that's my real family. Like, I love her. Her really one of us. Can't have anything I got, my last.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
He's funny as hell too, so I'm sure y'all have.
He's together, us,
yeah.
drunk, up, moving. Just you would probably be like, man, they damn crazy.
Yeah.
Both of them. Yeah. He's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
You ever spend time in Chicago? You went out?
What?
Oh,
I
yeah.
love Chicago. It's like my third home.
Oh, okay. Third home.
Atlanta first, Miami second, Chicago third. My homes. New York fourth. I love New York too. Summertime New York.
Summertime because it's too cold.
Yeah. Chicago cold too.
Yeah.
That's why they third and fourth.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Right. Would you ever move to LA?
I lived here.
Okay.
I lived here. I came out here like when Dirty Sprite 2 came out, like 6 years ago. I was living here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I lived here. It took its courses. I did my time here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta talk about 56 Nights real quick. You produced 9 out of 10 songs. You made all the beats in one night?
Yeah, pretty much. For my homie Slug, he's sitting out there right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he's outside. I did pretty much in one night. And then when Esco came in with he had played March Madness for me. And one of my producers, Tarantino, he had made the beat. And he was like, I don't know if I'm gonna put it on there, bro, because they already had put it out on SoundCloud.
Oh, what?
Yeah, they already had put it up. And I was like, bro, he's with me. It's the same thing. He with me, like, you know?
Yeah.
Put that shit on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? That ended up being like one of the most iconic songs ever. Still to this day.
Right.
Like, you know, so I'm glad to play a part in that.
Right.
A major role, 9 out of 10. That's 90%.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
How'd it feel just, because that was named after Esco being locked up for 50.
I was kind of, I never even knew they was doing that shit like that.
Wow.
Like, you know? So it was like, I went to South by Southwest with my son. I went and got my son, Carmelo. I went to South by Southwest and I took him to meet Future. And he thought Future was 2 Chainz. It was so funny.
Yo!
It was so fucking funny.
That's hilarious.
He was a kid though. Like he was he was like 4 or 5 years old, maybe 6. He was like a real kid. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's hilarious.
But Future then, Future laughed and just is like, oh, it's cool. Like, shoot. Now he definitely knows what's going on. He's 13 now, so it's different. But I had went like, me and Casino was sitting there talking. When I walked in, everybody was just smiling and just looking at me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, the fuck all them keep smiling and shit for? I'm like, what the fuck is y'all keep? Everybody cheesing and grinning and grinning. Casino's like, you ready? And I'm like, ready for what? I'm like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? I'm like, what we ready for? Like, he like, bro, this about to be the hardest shit he ever dropped, bro. Like,
damn.
This shit about to be legendary, bro. Him and Esco about to drop this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went and sat in the room and sat in there and talked to Future. Future was talking to me and just like, man, Metro about to make millions.
Wow.
And somebody say that shit to you at first, you just kind of be like, I hear you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But he was right. Shit. Yo. You know what I'm saying? The impact that shit had was just crazy. It lit up. Those 3 tapes, Monster, Beach Mode, and 56 Nights is like it's like a DS2. Yeah. It was like the whole setup for DS2 to go crazy and do what it did, So it's like I'm honored to be a part of that. Honor. Very, very honored. And I appreciate Future a whole lot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Man, well, speaking of Future, Drake and Future, What a Time to Be Alive. You did 4 songs on that.
Yeah.
That's big. That's a big moment.
What did I make? I made Digital Dash.
Live from the Gutter, I'm the Plug, Jersey.
Yeah, in Jersey, yeah. I did. Damn, I forgot about those. Right. Yeah, that's fire. I made Digital Dash on Travis Tour Bus when him and Thug was on tour. Yeah, in the days before Rodeo.
That's crazy.
Yeah, me and Metro. Metro was the DJ on that tour.
Right.
So we was all on tour with Travis. We was all on the bus with Travis, just chilling and shit. We was in going to Phoenix.
That's crazy.
We made the beat on the studio bus on the speakers.
Damn.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Like crazy.
That's wild.
Crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
How was it working with Drake on that project?
Drake came to Atlanta. Like, I remember us going to what's the studio that's far as fuck, woo? The the shit that's up Tree Sound. I think it's called Tree Sound or some shit like that. It's a studio called Tree Sound or some shit like that. It's far. It's got like a little tree house inside the studio. It's far as fuck. But I remember we went in there, we walked in, like Metro, Esco, and Drake, they was in there doing all the dances and shit. Remember they was doing all the dances they had and all that shit. I ain't really no dancer and shit, so. Metro was down there with Drake the whole time. Yeah. Like all the free bands is upstairs.
Okay.
Yeah. I was just upstairs with the free bands. It's like more my thing. You know?
Yeah.
So I sat up there with them and shit, It It was like, that shit was fire. Because Drake really was tapped in, like, fucking with the hood, like, you know?
Yeah.
Fucking with the culture of Atlanta, so.
Right.
That shit was fire. I fuck with it. It was a fire experience. And they had the whole building booked out. So we was in other rooms making beats. Like, it was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy.
Will there ever be a part 2 to this project?
I'm hearing it is, so I don't know. But I hope it is. I hope it would. I would love to hear that.
Yeah.
I would really. They just went #1. TM, TM made it and Too Dope made Too Sexy.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, TM done made that. So,
Yeah.
So it's like, I pray it's going to be a part 2 to that.
Wow.
Yeah, that'd be dope. To finish it off,
Yeah.
That'd be fire.
For sure. How did Highlights for Kanye come about?
Damn, highlights. I actually was at Kanye's house for like a month.
Oh, shoot.
The shit in Calabasas or whatever. I was there for like a month. Trav took me over there.
Okay.
Travis Scott took me over there.
Wow.
He had called Travis. He was like, man, I need your help on my album. And I was with Trav every day. And Trav was like, man, he was like, all right, Southside with me. And he was like, I love Southside. Like, bring him over. Like,
I love it.
I came over one day. Trav was sitting there with the Soupies playing the songs. I went back the next day. And they played a song for me. I think Common was in there. Somebody else was in there too. I think his engineer Noah was there. There's a couple people there.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room was like, they love the song. It's like, we love the song, I was like, I don't really like it. To Kanye, Not highlights. Just
okay.
A song from the album, like,
Yeah.
I was like, I don't really like it. So I thought I had fucked up, but it's like, I can't really, I'm not to bite my tongue. So it's like, if I fucked up, it's cool. I just go the next route,
Yeah.
The next day, the engineer called me and was like, man, Ye wants you to start coming around. He was like, he ain't had nobody really tell him he don't like a song in a long time. Like, he respect your honesty. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I started pulling up every day, just going over. I really remade, I touched every beat on that album. Even Father Stretch My Hands.
No way.
Metro just sounded better. But I touched literally every beat on that album, and I only end up getting highlights. It's crazy. Like, it's the craziest shit ever. Like, literally every song I touched it, because he's seen how quick I make beats.
Yeah.
Because I was sitting over there, just let me go in this little pool house studio shit, and I just sitting there and make beats. He'll come in, he's like, damn, you just made that shit that fast? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right. So when we start going through the songs, he'll give me a song, I'd do it in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and be like, hey, I finished it. So he just gave me like 9 of them. He was like, hey, just do all of them real quick, just try to touch everything.
Yeah.
So I touched everything really, but that was the only one I really did highlights.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Did you learn anything from working with Kanye?
He's a genius.
Right.
Like, he's really, that's why I say I respect him. He a real life genius. He made me sit down and watch the movie Revenant.
Really?
Yeah, you ever seen Revenant?
I don't think so. Maybe. Let me look it up. That sounds familiar.
With Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
When he played like in the Western time.
Okay. I think I've seen it.
Yeah. I think he won like an award off of it.
Okay.
When he got inside of the horse, he cut the horse open and got inside of it to stay alive in the ice.
Oh my God.
I watched the whole movie with him and never realized that he didn't say one word the whole movie.
Yeah.
And won an award from that. That's how smart he is. He was like, bro, he didn't say one word. I was like, damn. Thought about it, went back and watched him. Like, he didn't say one word. He didn't say one word the whole movie.
That's wild. I gotta go back and watch it.
Yeah, she was fire.
That's crazy.
Yeah.